What do you think needs to change in America for you to feel free?
Black people need to rule America. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians should rule.
But why? Why is that necessary? Why is that important? Why does that need to happen for you to feel free?
Because America says it's built on justice and equality, and if they were just, then they would justly put themselves in slavery and justly put the people who they put in slavery as their rulers. You understand? At least for 400 years. That's how I see it.
Why do you feel this way so strongly about people having to go into slavery?
Because in the Bible, even if you want to say America's equality and justice is not built on that, because America was built for white people, even in the Bible, equality and justice, it says in Revelations chapter 9 and verse 13, say, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword. You understand? Our oppressors can't live too much longer on our oppression. If we want to be just and fair, it's only right that we be their rulers. You know what I'm saying? Only like that we get some rulership, a taste of rulership in America. That's only fair.
This is exactly how a lot of black people feel. I've seen tons of videos that talk just like this. They want justice to be an eye for an eye, and they don't care that nobody now did. They're like, nope, we had something bad happen in the past. Okay, let's go back to all the past. Let's go back to the white people in slavery. Let's go back to, the people, my ancestors working in the coal mine, dying of black lung and stuff. Come on.
If a black person tells you to move, just give them the respect and say, that's all good, and you move. Black people have the highest testosterone, right? Black men have super high testosterone. So when you mess with a black guy, they get very feisty.
Yeah, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if black men have higher testosterone than white people. But the fact of the matter is, it's self-control. They lack self-control. Okay, there's lots of white guys out there with high testosterone. You don't see them, going crazy on people all the time. It's just a stupid argument. Yeah, just do what they tell you. Bow down to your masters, right? That's what he's saying. It's just insane.
I know the struggle. I was there. I saw it. So it's like, man, another blow to the community, and ain't nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, we have nothing. So I don't know what we're going to do. There's nothing around here. No stores. This is based on the store you can come to. That you get fresh produce and, get groceries for little or nothing.
So reportedly, there are around 7 grocery stores in Chicago that are shutting down or on the verge of shutting down. And he said there's nothing we can do about it. In reality, a community is a sum of the people who live in that area, along with what they own, what they do, and what they produce. If I was going to respond like the average black person would about this situation, I would say, they're going to create food deserts and these businesses should not shut down. It's going to make black people's situation even worse. That is a bunch of useless lip service. In reality, black people can do something about it, but it requires black people, to become better. If you want businesses to open up in areas, there needs to be a reason, an incentive for them to open up a business in that area. That incentive is going to be profit. But if their people aren't safe, if they're not stealing, if people don't have money, why would someone open up a business to lose money? They have to invest money, time, energy, resources into creating something. The goal of them creating that is for it to turn a profit. So rather than giving useless lip service, the question actually becomes, okay, how do we incentivize people to want to open businesses in areas where black people are? And the simple answer to that is black people becoming better. That is the primary thing. Less crime, more accountability, better decision-making when it comes to who they're having children with and raising children properly. Actually ensuring that your children aren't out in the community stealing and causing or creating a nuisance. Learning and teaching soft skills. Learning and teaching what actually allows a community to thrive and be successful. Teaching that, hey, when you go rob or break in or steal something from the community, you're not just hurting that business, you're hurting everyone around. Because when enough people do that, these businesses will close down. And now the people who were getting products and services from that business have to drive further to get them. There's no more jobs because that business closed. The tax revenue is gone because that business closed. On top of that, you're going to disincentivize people from investing into that area because businesses are closing down due to crime and their employees not being safe. The answer to what we can do about the situation is Black people becoming better. It's not the white man. It's not the past. It's not history. It's us becoming better and giving investors and people a reason to want to invest their hard-earned capital into Black areas. And right now, there's not a strong enough incentive. So rather than complaining about what we don't have, the question is, what do we do to get to the point where we can have? Now, there's a difference between something being simple and easy. I'm saying it's simple. I'm not saying it's easy. It's going to take a lot of work, but it's on us to become better and acknowledge reality. Anyway, that's all I've got for now. Don't forget I have a free email newsletter. I send that out every morning around 7 a.m. Central. The link is in my profile. I hope to see you there.
Yeah, I kind of like his videos. Very down to earth. You know, he still cares about Black people. You know, he's not just a Black hater. So he still cares about Black people and about the Black community. But, you know, he's absolutely right. You got to stop stealing. Stop stealing and abusing people in your neighborhood stores and the stores y'all go to. Stop going out in public and being violent, destroying and stealing and stuff, because that's what makes companies and people not want to be around you. I know when I'm out in public and I see a group of Black people, I want to stay away from it. Because I know just saying the wrong word, saying hi, and they just take offense to it or something. It's crazy. You know, and as far as stores shutting down, Walmart even had to shut down a store in Oakland. In Oakland, California, Walmart shut down a store because it was not profitable enough. They had it there for a long time and they just decided, no, we're losing money at this store because of all the theft and all the violence and stuff. And now, unfortunately, all the people in Oakland are now going to the ones in San Leandro. And now that store is becoming the same exact way. And eventually, you know, I suspect that store is going to shut down too. So, you know, there's nothing you can do other, you know, if you're not white, there's nothing really you can do except for advocating for rules and laws to hold these people accountable.
Yes, Black people need their own everything.
No, we don't.
We need our own hospitals.
Nope.
We need our own grocery stores.
Nope.
We need our own police force.
Nope.
We need our own government.
Nope.
So on and so forth. And you want to know why?
No.
Because white folks or any other race of people don't have no business policing over us, govern over us in no form or fashion. Because that's a conflict of interest. Because the history of this country, okay? And
then why are you in America? If you want your own government, you want your own everything, move to Africa. There's plenty of space there where you guys can build your own government and your own everything. Take the American money you got and go build, you know, your Wakanda.
it's known hatred and bigotry towards Black people,
which isn't true.
Foundational Black people in this country.
I'm not.
Foundational Black people. No. I swear, foundational Black people, most of the South was destroyed. You could argue some of the wealth from them working for all the years, you know, helped. But I'd still say it's in the, you know, one-digit numbers of being helpful. So, yeah, they helped. But it was mostly white people. You know, yeah, give credit where credit's due. Yeah, y'all deserve some credit. But what have y'all done since then? Yeah, you can blame the government for this and that over the years. But really? It's all on y'all.
I'm not going to force you to sit through that whole thing. You know, there was a period of time in history where people were segregated. And now there's people out there like this lady, and it's like they want to go backwards. It's like they're cosplaying or fantasizing or pretending that they lived back then. And they're actually advocating for going back to that exclusionist society. Like, did you know that there were individuals who back in 2020, Black people, they banded together and they bought a big plot of land out in Georgia somewhere, and they wanted to have a whole segregated society, right? And you know what happened with that project? You know where it went? nowhere fast, right? Because segregation is not a good thing. It actually is moving backwards. But people like this, they really are advocating for this to come back. And I don't understand why. Like, the only reason segregation ended was because a lot of Republicans actually stood up to Democrats and realized, hey, we need to move forward and like get away from this mentality. But these kinds of people want to go back. And they're the first ones who will pretend that, oh, society's out to get them, when they themselves honestly present one of the greatest threats to our society moving forward and advancing. And this kind of mentality needs to stop.
Precinct Officer 500 Nahariala. We out here, you know what I'm saying? We out here with our people, giving them our food. A lot of white people. They said, we love what y'all doing. I said, yeah. They said, so what do you believe about Christ? Christ for black people. So, oh, okay. Yeah, well, I think you guys should be in charge. You feed the people, give out charity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what we do is, we ain't rich. We ain't multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires. We take the little scraps we do, got come together, you know what I'm saying, and give our time more than anything, come and feed them. And we know, they know, they said, we know y'all got something good for us. And like Sis said, this ain't cold food, this ain't sandwiches, this ain't free lunch. This Rasta pasta. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they expect with this. Boom, Z. Oh, heck yeah. Woo! Yeah. So we should be in charge of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we will. You know what I'm saying? We the most compassionate.
So they made noodles with some cheese and some vegetables, which is cool. I'm glad you're out there helping people. But really, somebody said, oh, Christ is for black people and y'all should be running the world. Really? That's what white people are telling you? I bet you, if somebody did say, I bet you baited him and black people should rule the world. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
See, black people will be back to where they're not, slaves of the system and of white culture. See, the reason why denouncing white culture helps you get back to your royal essence and takes you away from being a slave, because then that's going to automatically spark something in your mind to let you know, well, hey, I come away from these jobs, I come away from their systems, I come away from everything that's keeping you bonded, locked in to what it is that they're doing. And the way that you beat it is you have to come away from it. You have to make a conscious decision and come away from it. And it's gonna happen. It's just more people need to do it. And I'm creating some art that's called Black Culture is the Way We Win. And it's gonna let people know to get back to their roots and to their culture, for sure. See.
So, Black culture, royal excellence. So why is it so many black people think that they individually were kings? Do they not realize if black people had like their own kingdom that was thriving, that there'd still be only one king and queen, and they would be oppressing the people just like everybody else? And everybody's in the oppression era. Everybody's oppressed by the government in some way, shape, or form. That's what governments do.
Black people can't take responsibility for our own actions and decisions because that means no more free handout. That means no more bullying people into validate something that they're not seeing from us. That means no more blaming white people for the reason as to why your shit is not together. Black people run from accountability as if you done sucked a whole bunch of dogs behind us. You tell a black person, oh, well, we need to fix this in our community. Then it goes into, oh, but that's not all black people though. That's common fucking sense. Y'all keep trying to hide y'all piss poor decisions and poor behavior behind black people who's actually trying to uphold the black community. The issue is y'all are some Susie choosy ass black people. Y'all pick and choose when you stand for individualism and when you stand for community. When it comes to taking some accountability, all of a sudden, oh, but it's not all black people. No, we know it's not all black people because it ain't me, but it's most definitely you. So can you take accountability? Black people.
She's saying it's a majority. A majority. Most black people. Oh my God. I saw this comment where you're trying to speed run a recovery from built up injustice and trauma. That's not how it works. Also, it's not even a race issue as much as an income issue that more often affects black individuals due to previously mentioned injustice. Well, first of all, there's more poor white people in America than there are poor black people. You can say per capita, maybe, that there's more poor black people, but I'm not even sure that's true. It's always cope. It's always cope and cap and coke.
I didn't see this coming. Y'all ready?
At this point, the only way that I can harbor any sort of respect for a black person is if they prove in some sort of way that they aren't completely obsessed with being black. Care to view history through your black lens. You know, the whole Anthony Johnson this, transatlantic slave trade that. I don't see what any of that has to do with how you are now. Like, because when it comes to what we did invent, all right, we invented the railroad. We invented the internet. We're establishing the foundations of interplanetary travel. Like, I mean, it's just like white people, we have bigger fish to fry than to sit here and listen to how you think slavery is an adequate excuse as to why you can't be trusted with a self-checkout line.
I love it. And my main take on is glass half full, or glass half empty. It's true. You choose what to focus on. You focusing on all the negative things that has happened. Is anyone perfect? No. Will things ever be perfect in heaven? Yes. But on this world and on this earth, no. In America, no. So don't focus on all the things that is wrong, that was wrong, that could be wrong. Focus on the things that was great. Focus on the inventions that black people did have. Focus on all the great accomplishments of black people. How far things has progressed from how they were back in those days. Focus on how things are getting better and how things will continue to be better in the future. So my perspective, what I got from that is just focus on the positive. Focusing on what you want. So if you don't want that, why are you speaking on it? It's that simple to me. Focus on the good. I didn't see this coming. Y'all.
So it's kind of crazy. Asians and Irish and many other white immigrants have all been super discriminated against and taken advantage of. Like I said, my ancestors were dying in the coal mines and stuff, and they didn't care about us. You were lucky if the owner of the company or just the foreman, the guy in charge of the work site, came to the funeral and said, "Hey, I'm sorry for your loss." That was all you got. That's it. Yeah, there's just, y'all are not the only ones that have been victims of this society, and that's just the way the world works, man. Everybody's a victim at one time or another. You got to get past it, move on, and keep going. Thanks for coming to the Rational Review. Please comment whether you agree or disagree. And I will see y'all next time.
They say the holy water's watered down, and this town's lost its faith. Our colors will fade eventually, so if our time is running out, day after day, we'll make the mundane our masterpiece. Oh my love. I take one look at you, you're taking me out of the ordinary. I want you laying me down till we're dead and buried, on the edge of your knife, staying drunk on your vibe. The angels up in the clouds are jealous knowing we found